The drama explodes in Genoa City as alliances shift and secrets unravel. On The Young and the Restless, Kyle shocks everyone with a bold offer to Sienna after Nick's intense grilling leaves her cornered. Determined to protect his family and expose the truth, Kyle's risky deal could either save Jabot or destroy it for good. Meanwhile, Kane raises the stakes with Phyllis, forcing her into dangerous territory as she faces mounting pressure from every side. Billy, never one to back down, digs deeper into Phyllis's mysterious connection to Victor, demanding she name her price in their tense showdown. As Michael launches a new investigation tied to Noah's accident, Victor's sinister agenda grows clearer. Revenge and power are on his mind. With rivalries reigniting and loyalties tested, next week promises explosive confrontations, shocking betrayals, and a battle that could change Genoa City forever. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Join us as we delve into the intriguing world of Young and the Restless, revealing the untold tales and hidden truths behind the headlines. When our chaos erupts, Kyle makes a shocking deal, Phyllis plays dangerous games, and Nick hunts for answers. Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. The Young and the Restless delivers another day of intrigue, betrayal, and unexpected alliances as tensions explode across Genoa City and Los Angeles. Jack declares war, and Billy becomes his secret weapon. At the Abbott mansion, Jack drops a bombshell on Billy. Someone has stolen Kane's artificial intelligence program, and all signs point to Victor Newman. But Jack suspects Victor didn't act alone. The name that comes to mind? Phyllis Summers. Determined to protect Jabot from another Newman assault, Jack urges Billy to reach out to Phyllis and uncover her loyalties. He even suggests offering her anything she wants: power, partnership, or profit, if it keeps her on their side. Billy, both suspicious and intrigued, agrees to the risky plan. For once, he and Jack are on the same team. "If we work together," Billy says confidently, "there's not a fight we can't win." But deep down, both men know, if Phyllis is helping Victor, this alliance could blow up in their faces. Phyllis and Kane turn up the heat. At the Genoa City Athletic Club, sparks fly between Kane Ashby and Phyllis in a battle of wits and seduction. Kane presses Phyllis about her claim that Victor stole the AI and plans to use it against Arabesque instead of Jabot. He doesn't buy it for a second. Phyllis deflects and dodges his questions, but Kane's relentless. He accuses her of manipulating him and demands to know her real agenda. When he reveals that he already warned Jack about Victor's plans, Phyllis's mask slips. Her anger flares as she lashes out about how the Abbotts betrayed her when she ran Jabot. Trying to regain control, Phyllis insists she isn't in bed with anyone, a statement Kane can't help but twist into flirtation. Their heated conversation turns dangerously playful as they trade double entendres, each trying to get the upper hand. But who's really seducing whom? Nick and Sharon face a parent's nightmare. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, tragedy looms large as Noah Newman remains in a coma following his mysterious car crash. At the hospital, Sharon, Nikki, and Victoria rally around a distraught Nick. The women offer emotional support, but Nick's not interested in sympathy. He wants answers. He suspects Noah's accident wasn't an accident at all, and his suspicions point straight to a name that keeps coming up: Sienna Bacall. Victor is already having Sienna investigated, but Nick isn't waiting for results. He storms off, determined to confront her face to face. Sienna's secrets, and Kyle's dangerous proposal. At the Shadow Room nightclub, Kyle Abbott arrives first, hoping to dig up dirt on Audra Charles. But his conversation with Sienna quickly takes a turn. She's more curious about Noah Newman than about Audra, and that raises alarms for Kyle. When Nick suddenly walks in, tensions skyrocket. Nick wastes no time grilling Sienna about the night of Noah's crash. He's convinced she knows more than she's admitting. Sienna insists she told the police everything, but Nick isn't buying it, especially after learning no detective ever followed up with her. "You're holding something back," he growls. Sienna calmly tells him to come back tomorrow if he wants to question her staff, but Nick senses a stall tactic. After Nick leaves, Sienna looks visibly shaken. Kyle takes notice and seizes the opportunity. "You seem worried," he says, leaning in. Then, with that trademark Abbott charm, He offers a bold deal. "If you tell me everything you know about Audra," Kyle proposes, "I'll dig into Noah's accident and make sure the truth comes out." Sienna hesitates. She knows Kyle's offer could expose more than just Audra's secrets. But with Nick breathing down her neck, her options are running out. Family, betrayal, and the calm before the storm. Back at the Abbott house, Jack continues strategizing. He's counting on Billy to read Phyllis better than anyone else. But if Billy's wrong, their entire company could fall into Victor's hands. "She's always out for herself," Jack warns, "so make sure that works in our favor." At the club, Phyllis and Kane's flirtatious power struggle continues. Kane accuses her of manipulating him, but he can't help admiring her fire. "You're one of the most baffling, exasperating, and fascinating women I've ever met," he admits. Phyllis flashes a knowing smile, exactly the reaction she wanted. And in Los Angeles, Nick's vow echoes through the hospital corridors. He will find out who tried to kill his son. Final takeaway. In today's The Young and the Restless, alliances shift, passions ignite, and secrets teeter on the edge of exposure. Phyllis continues her dangerous dance between enemies and lovers. Kyle plays a high-stakes game with Sienna, and Nick refuses to rest until he uncovers the truth about Noah's accident. The question now is, who's really pulling the strings, and who will end up paying the price? Today's next update. Why in our early spoilers? Kyle's dangerous deal and Billy's relentless investigation spark chaos. November 3rd to 7th, 2025. The Young and the Restless is turning up the tension as November sweeps officially begin. Betrayal, obsession, and ambition collide when the Abbotts and Newmans find themselves entangled in a web of deceit that could change everything. Jack and Billy declare war on Victor, and maybe Phyllis too. The week begins with Jack Abbott and his brother Billy preparing for battle. After learning that Victor Newman may have stolen Kane Ashby's cutting-edge AI program, Jack suspects that Phyllis Summers might be involved in the heist. Jack orders Billy to confront Phyllis and figure out if she's working with Victor, but Billy knows better than anyone that Phyllis doesn't reveal her cards easily. Jack, however, is done playing nice. He vows that if Phyllis betrayed them, she'll face serious consequences. Billy fully agrees. He's bruised, both physically and emotionally, after a recent fight with Adam Newman, and he's more than ready to hit back. Jack doesn't even try to stop him this time. Instead, he gives his blessing to go after the Newmans with everything they've got. Billy turns to Phyllis for answers, but gets more than he bargained for. While Jack strategizes, Billy seeks out Phyllis, who's already knee-deep in another dangerous dance, this time with Kane Ashby. Kane is convinced Phyllis is lying about Victor's motives. She claims Victor plans to use the stolen AI against Arabesque, not Jabot, but Kane isn't buying it. Their tense exchange escalates when Phyllis accuses Kane of being responsible for Nick Newman's injuries in France. Kane fires back, saying he warned Jack and Diane about the theft, which only enrages Phyllis more. The emotional chess match quickly turns flirtatious. Kane accuses her of distracting him while she stabs him in the back, but there's undeniable chemistry in the air. Whether it's manipulation or mutual attraction, neither of them seems eager to stop the game. Meanwhile, Billy arrives ready to corner Phyllis with questions of his own. But what he finds may blur the line between loyalty and desire, especially when Phyllis begins hinting that she knows more than she's letting on. Newman family in crisis. Nick's desperate search for truth. Over in Los Angeles, the Newman family is reeling after Noah's horrific car accident. At the hospital, Sharon, Nikki, and Victoria gather around his bedside, while Nick's frustration boils over. He's not satisfied with the slow-moving investigation and vows to get answers himself. With Sharon's encouragement, Nick heads straight to confront Sienna Bacall, the glamorous club owner who saw Noah the night of his crash. When Nick arrives, Sienna insists that nothing seemed unusual that night, but Nick doesn't believe her. He's stunned to learn the police never even questioned her, which makes him all the more suspicious. When she offers to let him question her staff tomorrow, he accuses her of stalling to get everyone's story straight. Sienna insists she's married and had no personal connection to Noah, but Nick isn't convinced. His anger and guilt push him to make risky assumptions, and his investigation could expose dangerous truths that even Victor might want buried. Kyle's risky pact could change everything. As Nick leaves, Kyle Abbott steps in to make his own move. He's been trying to dig up dirt on Audra Charles and her mysterious connection to Holden Novak, and he sees an opportunity in Sienna's nervous behavior. Kyle proposes a deal. If Sienna tells him everything she knows about Audra and Holden, he'll investigate Noah's crash and help uncover the truth. It's a bold, dangerous play that could either expose a major conspiracy or backfire and drag Kyle into deeper trouble. At the same time, Kyle's balancing act between Genoa City and Los Angeles continues. He's torn between being a devoted father to Harrison and following through on his promises to Sienna. But his drive to protect his family's company and his pride may push him into a partnership he'll regret. Victor's next move and Michael's tempting offer. Back in Genoa City, Victor Newman is already plotting his next phase. He reaches out to Michael Baldwin, offering him a chance to return as his legal fixer. With the stolen AI project in motion, Victor knows he may need protection from the fallout. Michael is tempted, but he's also wary. Aligning himself with Victor again could put him in the middle of a corporate war that's about to explode. November sweeps bring twists, temptations, and trouble. As the first full week of November begins, the tension only grows. Sharon's search for the truth about Noah's accident will lead her straight into danger. Kane's obsession with reclaiming his AI and winning back Lily's forgiveness consumes him. Meanwhile, Sienna's husband Mitch Bacall, manager of the Shadow Lounge and a friend of Holden, enters the picture, promising even more chaos for Kyle's investigation. And when Noah finally begins to recover and return to Genoa City, the truth about what really happened that night may shake the Newmans to their core. But the biggest question remains: can Kyle trust Sienna's deal, or is he walking right into a trap set by someone far more dangerous than Audra Charles? With Jack and Billy preparing for war, Phyllis scheming in the shadows, and Nick tearing through lies in search of justice, Genoa City is bracing for one of its most explosive Novembers yet. Today's next update. Y&R recap. Billy makes a bold offer to Phyllis, and Victor pulls Michael into his next big scheme. Thursday, October 30th, 2025, The Young and the Restless heats up with explosive confrontations, dangerous deals, and an unexpected alliance that could shift the entire balance of power in Genoa City. Jack, Diane, and Kyle prepare for war. The Abbott mansion becomes a war room as Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins strategize with their son Kyle. With Kane Ashby's AI program confirmed stolen, the Abbotts are certain Victor Newman is behind it, and that Jabot is the ultimate target. Jack's frustration grows as he realizes Victor hasn't made a move yet. The delay feels ominous, as though the mustache is waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Refusing to sit idly by, Jack decides to confront his rival directly. If Victor wants a fight, Jack declares he'll get one. Kyle returns home from Los Angeles just in time to hear the latest updates. He warns his parents that Holden Novak and Audra Charles could be tangled up in something darker than anyone suspects. His gut tells him there's a deeper connection between the AI theft and the chaos surrounding Noah Newman's accident. Diane worries her son might be diving too deep, especially after his last heartbreak with Claire Newman. But Kyle's determined. If I can protect Claire from Holden, he says, I will. No matter what it takes. Phyllis pushes Victor for her reward. Over at the Grand Phoenix, Phyllis Summers meets with Victor Newman to finalize their secret deal. She's already delivered what he wanted, the completed transfer of Kane's AI program. Now it's her turn to collect. Phyllis keeps her cool as she reminds Victor that she's held up her end of the bargain. Victor, ever the strategist, avoids specifics but assures her that mutual benefit remains his goal. Their conversation turns to Noah's condition, and for a rare moment, Victor's softer side peeks through. He wants justice for his son's mysterious crash. But before Phyllis can push him further, Billy Abbott walks in. The tension between them is immediate. Billy confronts Phyllis. Name your price. Once Victor leaves, Billy wastes no time cornering Phyllis about her involvement. He demands to know what kind of deal she made with Victor and whether she's betraying Jabot. Phyllis insists her meeting with Victor was strictly about Noah's situation, not business. She swears she's still working with Kane and has no hidden agenda. But Billy doesn't buy it. You've always got an angle, he warns. What are you really after, Phyllis? Phyllis plays innocent, but her sly smile gives away more than her words. She insists that Victor isn't targeting Jabot, At least not yet. Still, Billy can feel that she's hiding something. Then, in a surprising twist, Billy changes his approach. Instead of threats, he makes her an offer. "If you're not working against us," he says, leaning in, "then work with us. Help stop Victor before it's too late. Name your price." Phyllis studies him carefully, clearly intrigued. Her alliance with Kane is shaky at best, and Billy's proposal could give her new leverage. But true to form, she doesn't give an answer, not yet. Michael Baldwin returns to Victor's orbit. At another table in the Grand Phoenix, Victor sits down with Michael Baldwin and unveils his latest mission. He wants Michael to look into the investigation surrounding Noah's accident, the police report, the detective in charge, and one woman in particular, Sienna Bacall. Michael is skeptical. He hoped Victor's call meant a personal reconciliation, not another corporate mess. But Victor appeals to his loyalty and compassion, reminding him that this is about Noah's life. Michael reluctantly agrees to dig into the case, though he raises an eyebrow at Victor's other project, the newly acquired AI system. He warns Victor about potential legal fallout, but Victor is unmoved. "I'm done being the target," Victor says coldly. "It's time I fight back." Michael knows exactly what that means: revenge on Jack Abbott. He hesitates to get involved, torn between his professional ethics and his complicated history with Victor. He even admits Lauren won't be happy about any of this. But Victor's final words linger. "Don't take too long to decide, Michael." "I don't wait for anyone." Jack and Victor face off. Later, Jack storms into the Newman Ranch and comes face to face with his longtime nemesis. The tension between them is thick as Jack accuses Victor of stealing Kane's AI and plotting to destroy Jabot. "I'm done watching you undermine my family," Jack snaps. "It ends now." Victor doesn't flinch. He calmly admits nothing but smiles as if Jack's anger only amuses him. When Jack declares that this is a battle he's willing to die on, Victor smirks and replies, "I'm counting on it." It's clear. The Abbott-Newman feud is about to erupt into all-out war. Final takeaway: dangerous deals and shifting loyalties. Thursday's episode of The Young and the Restless sets the stage for chaos ahead. Phyllis stands at a crossroads between loyalty and self-interest. Billy's desperate attempt to control the situation could backfire, and Michael's return to Victor's inner circle may drag him into a legal and moral nightmare. Meanwhile, Jack and Victor are once again locked in a battle that could tear Genoa City apart, this time with technology, betrayal, and personal vengeance at the center. The lines are drawn. The players are ready. And as November sweeps begin, the fallout from these choices will shake every family in Genoa City to its core. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.